As y'all know, the nodes have officially shifted into Leo and Aquarius. Leo South Node and Aquarius North Node. And it didn't dawn on me until recently how much that nodal shift has affected me personally. And what's crazy is I analyze charts on a daily. But I never really I guess because subconsciously I know my chart and I know certain transits and I know this transit gonna do this in my chart, this transit gonna do that in my chart. I don't really take the time to just really stop and dwell on it, right? But before the node shifted, I'm gonna say the last past several months I just been feeling off, not in a bad way, but like what I do normally for a living, I just don't want to do it no more. I don't have no desire, no passion, no drive to do it anymore. Like, I'm an educator. I've been in the education system for the past 12 years. Now, when I knew that when Jupiter was going to go into Leo, that something different was going to happen in as far as my career goes, because Jupiter in Leo hits my 10th house with my Leo sun. And you know, the 10th house is your public image, your career, your vocation, your work. And it's also falling in my trine um, of my natal Jupiter and Aries. Love that for me. So I knew that something different was going to happen, but I just didn't know. I knew kind of what, but I didn't know what, right? So my natal code says that I'm a teacher. Like, I'm just, my natal codes, my natal signature has teacher written all over it. Even my life pad number 3, I'm a natural teacher. So I know that my sole purpose is to be a teacher. And that's what I use to do my astrology, is to teach people about astrology, to teach people how to understand their natal chart and all the things. But I also been working in the education system. And lately, I just ain't been feeling it. I ain't been wanting to do it. A lot of things that I've been doing for work, for money, I just ain't been wanting to do it no more. I don't have a desire or passion to do it anymore. Even like a lot of the gig work, I've shared this on a few videos that I do gig work, like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Uber, Lyft. I've been doing it. I've been doing gig work since gig work started 12 years ago, and it's been good to me. And I made a lot of money doing gig work. I have bought cars cash. I bought several cars cash doing gig work. I've taken vacations. A lot of people like, how you afford vacations of being a single mom? Because I do gig work. I go pick up a shift. I go do Uber. I go do Lyft. Make a couple of bands and run it. That's how I've been doing. That's how I've been, affording my lifestyle. But now I don't want to do it no more. I don't have a desire to do it anymore. And I was like, didn't dawn on me why I've been feeling like that. And this is it's crazy how of course what happens on earth is reflected in the heavens first and foremost. But it's crazy how the transits affect us in our everyday life. And then I've been talking to a few people, like my kids, for example. They was like, because right now I'm officially unemployed, hallelujah. And my kids like, mama, what you gonna do? And I'm like, I just want to do something from home. Like, that's what my soul feels like. I just want to do something from home. Now, one of the things I started doing, I started a garden. I started just doing natural stuff from home. I've been just being extremely creative because I am a Leo, and Leo rules creativity. So I just been doing a whole lot of creative products. I've been growing. I grew a garden on my porch. I don't have a house. I don't have a yard. I have a 2x2 porch, and I have a whole entire garden on my porch. And I think I have like maybe 60, 70 plants on the inside. All that I've grew, some of them were transplants, but most of them I've grew from seeds. And I just all of a sudden got a green thumb. I ain't never had no green thumb. I ain't grew up on a farm. I don't know nothing about gardening and farming, but I've been doing everything inside and on my porch. And that's crazy also how, and I mean, I also notice, and I'm also aware of how certain areas in your chart, certain houses in your charts, don't activate until later on in life. Like, you'll have certain themes in your chart that'll activate early on in life, and then you'll have certain things in your chart that'll activate later on in life. So for me, it was the gardening. It was the green thumb. I never knew I had a green thumb until I actually knew I had a green thumb, but that's actually reflected in my chart. But saying all that to say, I just have not been wanting to do, I don't want to be in education anymore. I've learned that it was a blessing for me. I needed that. I needed that lesson. I don't want to do gig work anymore. I needed that lesson, but I just don't want to do it. I just want to go towards something different. So I was talking to a couple of people in the community. I met one lady. She was like, I was a dental assistant, but now I'm doing catering. And then I met another lady. She was like, I was a nurse, and I got burnt out from it, and I'm not even doing it anymore because I just got tired of doing it. Now I'm working in a bakery. And I'm like, that's really extreme. And I've met several people like that that was telling me, I was doing this career over here and I got burnt out from it, and I switched from that career to doing something. And I'm like, you know what? That is so Aquarius North Node, Leo South Node, like, because that's what the nodes do. The nodes bring in extreme changes, extreme shifts. That's what the nodes do. That's his job, to bring in those changes, to bring in those shifts. So for people like me, like, so how that's affecting me, for example, Aquarius North Node is sitting next to Pluto in yeah, I said that right. Aquarius North Node is sitting next to Pluto. Aquarius is in my fourth house, and it is opposing Leo South Node, Jupiter in Leo, next to my sun in my 10th house, right? So that's why I've been feeling like in the fourth, is because the nodes, the North Node specifically, is sitting in my fourth house. That's why I've been feeling that deep desire to just want to do something from home, to want to work from home. And I was saying, I just want to work from home for like the past year. I just want to work from home. I don't care what it is. I just want to do something from home. And that makes so much sense, because the nose is our destiny. The nose is what you need to go towards, and the south node is what you need to move away from. So with the nodal axis being in my fourth house and my 10th house, that explains the desire for me to want to give up being a educator, give up doing gig work, because that's what the nodes, that's what the south node requires. The nodes, period. The south node requires you to give up something in order to go towards something. And I've been feeling like that. I've met so many people in my community that have been feeling like that, and have been moving and have been shifting. And I was even thinking, like, I'm that type of person. I ruminate. Like, when I make decisions, I ruminate. Should I have done this? Should I have done that? Did I do the right thing? And so when I look back and I want to look at my chart, I'm like, yeah, I did do the right thing. When I walked away from being an educator, that's what I was supposed to do. That was a part of my soul calling. That was a part of my soul lesson for me to walk away from that. So now that I put everything into perspective, it's like, the universe gave me the green light to say, yes, you need to focus in more on doing some stuff from home. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you guys are feeling, if anybody come across this video and you've been feeling, like you don't have a desire to do something that you usually do, and you want to do something different, how's your experience? Like, where is the Aquarius North Node and Leo South Node axis hitting your chart? How was your experience with that? What changes have taken place? What's happening with you in your life? If you want to share that. So any which ways, I hope that helps somebody.